Good morning and welcome to the Great Journey podcast. I'm Caitlin Clary and we're here with Sensei Callahan today. We're going to be discussing a quote by Johan Wolfgang von Goethe, and that actually might be pronounced Goethe. It's some interesting German pronunciation. So yeah, I had to do my little history research on this because I hadn't heard of him prior to hearing this quote from Sensei Callahan. So the quote we're discussing today is, talents are best nurtured in solitude, but character is best formed in the stormy billows of the world. So because I love history, I just wanted to kind of do a little research on this person who said this, because we want them to have the experience, to have the knowledge of what they're saying. You know, it's what, spring forward. I'm so tired, so I'm out of it today. Forgive me for my stumbling over the words. Okay. So Johan, he did have his fair share of trials. All but one of his siblings died at an early age. He became severely ill around the age of 19, and during that time had an extremely bitter relationship with his father. So it was only his mother and sister that nursed him back to health. And then later in life, a dear friend of his committed suicide. Very tragic things. So he definitely had his fair share of stormy billows. So Sensei, what are your thoughts on these words from Johan? Thank you for dealing with my fumbling this morning.
And so let's start by discussing the first part of the quote.
Sure.
So the talents are best nurtured in solitude. Yes, I want to get his quote right.
Yes.
Okay. So if you are working on improving your punching or kicking or striking, then practicing those techniques in solitude or in a quiet environment, solitude doesn't necessarily have to be one person. It could be a small group, as long as everyone is focused on the same thing. So that type of an approach is necessary for the development of the skill. And that's what you see in the dojo, in the classrooms, on a day-by-day basis.
Right.
You see that that focused concentration that's required of the students during the class.
Yes.
But then the second part of the quote, if you would read it again, because I just want to make sure I get it right.
Yes, character is best formed in the stormy billows of the world.
Okay, so talent is best formed in this type of environment that I just spoke about, but character is not. Character is best formed when all hell is breaking loose.
Right.
And why is that? Because when everything is going amok, the thing that's in us that dictates who we are or says who we are as a person, that's what has to step forward and play the main role.
Right.
And that's when we're going to see character being formed, or character expressing itself, or character being formed. And if the person is in the mindset that they're wanting to develop their character, improve their character, perfect their character, although that can never happen. But anyway, if you're moving in that direction, then that chaotic experience is going to be an experience in which your character will be formed, and you will be able to make good decisions about various things.
Right.
So what are some of the character traits that we talk about? Well, there's 5 main ones: courage, courtesy, integrity, humility, and self-control.
Yes.
So in a chaotic environment, the first thing that's necessary is courage.
Right.
And courage is the number one trait. You lack courage and it's very difficult to have any of the other ones to any great extent.
Right.
So courage then, in this chaotic environment, the chaos itself will present itself as a dangerous type of a thing. Courage is strength of mind in the face of danger.
Yes.
And so chaos can appear to be dangerous.
Right.
And so that's the number one thing, is that you're showing that you can that you can face this chaotic environment with a strong mind instead of wanting to flee from it.
Okay.
And then courtesy comes next, to remain able to remain courteous, excuse me. Yeah. In this type of environment would be the next thing that you would see. And integrity, to remain truthful and honest in that environment, and to exhibit self-control. So courage, courtesy, integrity, humility, to be humble, being able to learn from that situation, even when it's a dangerous situation or chaotic situation. All those things are very important.
Yeah, that goes back to hindsight being 2020.
Yep.
And sometimes it's nearly impossible to appreciate the trial when you're in the midst of it.
Yep.
But once you get through it, you can see the benefit and how you grew through it. So training on the floor, what we teach in our school, how does that help kids in their future just by what we're doing in here physically to prepare to be able to withstand these stormy billows?
Well, to go back to that, to add in the solitude, the development of traits, that focused concentration is what's going to help the student to take on whatever task that they have, or whatever project they have, or whatever direction they want to take their life in, what goal they have. That it's going to help them to focus, bring the concentration necessary so that they can really excel at that one thing. And then the life as it goes on is going to be chaotic. There will be times when everything will go smoothly, all that's well and done, but then
I need one of those times. Can I get one of those times? Yeah, I sign up for that.
Then you're going to get a firestorm that comes through, wakes you up in the middle of the night and terrifies you for weeks. Or you'll get a pandemic. Coronavirus?
We've got one of those.
We've got one of those going on. So this is creating somewhat of a chaotic environment. I just listening to a story this morning on the radio, and it's different teachers that are talking about how hard it is. Everybody's talking about how hard it is.
It is.
So if everybody is talking about how hard it is a chaotic environment.
It is,
And so this is when your character, as long as you're focused on it, this is when your character is going to be formed.
It's being built. Well, I'm so grateful that our kids train here, because I know that you are doing a great job preparing them for the future. And if you guys are interested, if you're not a current student of our school, please give us a call at 707-575-1681, and we'd be happy to get you in for a free introductory lesson. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for your nuggets of wisdom. There's always lots of those. And we'll have you a good day. Have a good day, and we'll hear from you next time. Nope. You'll hear from us next time. I'm really tired this morning. Okay. All right. Keeping it real. Have a great day. See you later.